Hi gamers and non-gamers, my name is Jules and today I'll be showing you my 5-star island before I completely destroy and revamp it. So this is the outside of my house. As you've noticed, I've customized the color and the roof. I've also added a little pumpkin patch and some flowers. So these white flowers will only pop up if you have a 5-star island. So it's a great indicator of how you're doing along the line without having to talk to Nook every time. So the first thing I'm just going to show you is inside my house. So this is my living room, and one of the reasons that the Happy Home Academy treats me so well and gives me so many points is because of the color coordination. So I have a lot of pastels in here, I have a lot of pinks, blues, grays, and that helps bring the room together because of the unified color scheme. This is my kitchen, so sorry about the noise. I put all of my gyroids in here, all the ones that I don't have repeats of, just to liven it up a bit. I have a bunch on like this opposite wall too. You can't see them right now because that's what camera's showing. But yes, this is my kitchen. I have some cute little mushroom wallpaper that I got. And then on to the bedroom. This is my bedroom. It was one of my first rooms, so it's still a little simple. Don't mind the knives on the wall. But it's not very customized just because I haven't gotten around to it, so that'll be one of the first things I do when I remodel. And now to the next room. This is what I like to call the study because I had a bunch of weird, random, classy knickknacks that I didn't know what to do with. Minus the pumpkin painting, but I think he looks nice in here. So I just decided to throw it all in a room and see what stuck, so study it is. And next up is the upstairs, which is what I like to think of as the gamer room, and you'll see why. So I have my little gamer set up. I have a couple more gyroids, my favorite ones, the squeakoid, he's my obvious favorite. And with those you can customize the color as soon as you get the customization on Harvey's Island. And again, there's a lot of color coordination here with the pinks and the pastels and the cream colored. And yeah, I just find this really visually appealing. Plus the stuffed animals are a bonus. And then the basement. Okay, so here we are on this one. I wanted to go for the creepy, haunted basement vibe. So yeah, here it is. I just took everything that reminded me of a haunted house or a lost civilization and put it here, and I think it looks really cool. Okay, now finally for the outside. Again, this is my house. I have a little sitting area, I have some flowers, a pumpkin patch. You'll see more of the pumpkins later. I also have this little planting ground for whenever I find gyroid fragments, so I'll just plant them there and wait the next day, and then it reminds me that I do have them ready. I have some more flowers there, and I'll get that later. And here is the main square. So I set this up where I would have everything, and you can't see it now, but the tailor's on the other side of the museum. I set up everything so I would just have one little place to go for everything that I need to use. There is an upside and there's a downside to this. On one hand, there's a lot of ease that goes into this, like I don't have to think about where I'm going, I can just go and then be reminded of things along the way. The downside is I want to make it look pretty, so with these hedges, it's hard to get from one to the other, so ease of use isn't up there, but it looks pretty, so that's another thing to consider about your island if you want really easy walkthrough or if you'd rather it just look nice, which either way is equally good. And then down here, I have this adorable little stone path, which I found the code for online. And I have a little marketplace. So I have my plant store, pet shop, bakery, and then a coffee shop. So this coffee shop is fairly new just because I recently learned to terraform, and it used to just be flat on the ground, but I think it looks better up here. It gives it some character. And then ignore that was just abandoned not too long ago and taken for scraps. So we just have the beach down here. I don't have anything special added. I probably will add something when I redo it. And this is the little museum area. I have a little bit of decoration in front with some lights, some fossils, all good stuff. But I can't get around that little corner without going off of the path, which is just a little pet peeve of mine. So I'm gonna try to redo that when I redo it. And this is the campsite for any visiting people. And I have some decorations in front of the tailor shop. This is my emo garden, if you can believe it. I absolutely think that all the black flowers and blue flowers and purple flowers are gorgeous. So I wanted to put them all in one space. And it is right outside of the park. So very lively, not that lively, which is definitely something I'll change in the future. So this is my park. I collected a lot of these over the time I've been playing, but some of them I got, especially this one, which you can sit on if it'll let me. There we go. And you can get it with your Nook Miles, and I got that one in the Elephant Slide once I knew that I wanted a park. So it made for some pretty good, bigger items, because you do want that contrast of more low to the ground or more elevated, just to give it some spice. And over here is my paw pond. I made it myself with Terraform, super easy, highly recommend. I know people that have made hearts and flowers and everything, and I think that themed ponds are really, really cute. And you can still fish from even these little tiny ponds. This is my campsite, and I have a custom board that I also got a code from, and you can see another one of those 5-star flowers up there. But so this is my little campsite. I do want to make it more elaborate just because it feels a little dull right now, because there's not much interest or anything. And then we are going up the vine into the farm. With this I have wheat and tomatoes and carrots all divided out with fencing minus the wheat. I think for this is like the stereotypical fencing that you would get. I would like to spice it up a little bit, maybe add some color, and that's probably what I'll end up doing. And here is the pool area. It's just a little one, and it doesn't completely work with the tile and the shape of the upper landing, but that's okay. I think it gives it character. And then I have a little changing room over there if I want to change into my swimsuit. And then we're going back down into the next part. Here is my pumpkin patch. As you can see, I have not been watering it as much as I probably should, or else there would be 3 pumpkins, but that's okay. And I think it looks really cool. I made it during the fall sometime when I was very much into the pumpkin patches and cozy vibes. I think I'm going to go back to some of those cozy vibes too sometime soon. up here is the carnival. This one I really like, but not because of the spacing out or the layout, but just because of the amount of stuff I have. Like, I have a lot of big ticket items, except it's hard to get through that one spot, and if I want to go through trying to get with the lantern, it won't let me. Even though I think the lantern's a great touch, I would probably change that in the future. And I have my little ice cream shop here, and a nice little table. Lots of flowers down there, but I'll show that later. But yeah. This is probably one of my favorite spots, just because of how lively it is, and how colorful it is. So I would say that I'm definitely going to be redoing this, but just with a little more pizzazz. Don't mind me running back through everything I've already showed you because I did not think through any of my layout when I first made things and then stuck with them. So now it's impossible to get around efficiently. So let's just ignore that for now and remind myself later when I'm remaking everything. So here we have part 1 of the city. This is where all my villagers live, and I made, well, except for that one, he just moved out. But I have little decorations for all of them based on their personalities. So yeah, it's really cozy and comfortable, and I would probably elongate this to make sure that all of my villagers are in the same place, because right now they're split up, which I'm not really too much of a fan of, because it feels a little uncohesive. So this is what I like to call the orphanage. It's where all of my duplicate gyroids are, and I don't exactly know what to do with them or put them, because I kind of feel bad about selling them, and I'm probably gonna have to sell them for the remodel, which is fine. I would rather not, but, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And we're gonna see what I mean about it's a lot of work just to get from one place to another. So this is my flower garden. I started this a while back. Like, this is one of the first things I started, and it's been remodeled a couple times, and there's a little bit of overgrowth, but that's okay. I can take care of that. And yeah, so it has a lot of the basic flowers, and not too many other color variations, which I'll probably change. Because I really like the pink flowers and the blue ones, but those are just the basic ones. And up here it's really cool during the nighttime because the moss glow. And as you can see, they like at least little fireflies, which are fireflies, but I like to think they are. This is my enchanted forest. So I have lots of trees, lots of greenery, a little path that you can follow, but it does get a little narrow at some points. I have a wishing well, and then I have a little nook where I can sit. So yeah, I think this is a really cute feature, like just a little forest. I highly recommend for anyone because this is also a really good place for bugs at night. So if you have trouble catching bugs at night, get some of this moss. This is just a little flower run because I don't have anything planned for it. And this part is kind of the bane of my existence right now. It's this half-finished dining room. As you can see, the flowers don't go all the way to the end. It was not planned out the best, but it does look nice. Like, from here, it looks nice. But if you not the best design choice. But I do like this part, so maybe I'll salvage it somehow. And this is part 2 of the village, and another poor design choice. So this is the little spa area. I have my little welcome guy, except for the fact that if I'm just standing here, you miss that part. With the hammock and the coconut, because of the house. So in the future, I'd definitely change that and take into account, like, hey, there's a house there. I should probably do something. And there's the rest of the houses. I have a nice little path, but it's a really narrow path, and I have another little garden right there. Excuse me. I have a really narrow path here to each of the houses, and when someone's on it, you can't really get from house to house, which is a problem. And yeah, so this is where the majority of my houses are. And then this is a little half thought out boardwalk, just with a couple little things, which aren't my favorite. Oh, I don't care much about the seashells, but the gyro fragments I will take happily. And this is just, a little place to add some flair. Pro tip, the more flowers and items you have, the higher your rank will be. Because as you notice, I have a lot of free space, unused space, especially up there, how there's only flowers, nothing else. But that doesn't really matter. The amount of space you take up doesn't matter so much as the scenes you make. This is a very half-done mermaid scape because I don't have that many shell-themed things, but that still boosts me a little bit. So even the halfway done scenes are good. There are my villagers that I am neglecting. And then this is a feature that I would really recommend. If you can't quite afford a bridge, this is the next best thing. Because you can still get across, you do have to hop, and it doesn't look the most natural, but if you can't afford it, you can't afford it, and that's the next best thing, aside from just terraforming a land bridge across. But what's the fun in that? Gotta add some spice. So yeah. Oh, there's Lucky. Thank you so much for tuning in, for watching my video. I hope this helped a little bit in making your own 5-star island, and my next video will be about destroying this one and creating a new, better one. Thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff you want to do, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!